Bus? Good evening, everybody, and welcome into the Fivetowns College Gymnasium. Where we're going to watch the Fivetowns Sound, the men of Fivetowns College, take on the Avengers of ASA College.
Yeah, Ty. This is going to be a great matchup between these two teams, and I can't wait to see what this Fivetowns team does after a tough loss just a couple days ago.
It's going to be a very, very fun game, and we're going to be with you the whole way, and we're going to get you down on the board for the start of the game and the introduction to the players. Joe, could you get out of our ear by any chance? No, you're good. So welcome into the Fivetowns Gymnasium, everybody, and we're here for a fun evening of basketball. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what this Fivetowns team comes up with. They have to avenge this loss they had to New Rochelle just a couple days ago. I think they're going to be fired up for this one, Ty.
They have to avenge it against the Avengers.
Yeah.
We are underway here in the Fivetowns College Gymnasium, and already the Avengers trying to get on the board early here. And they do get the offensive rebound, and they are able to get a shot up, but they cannot finish, and that's Obasi Jackson with the first rebound of the evening. Down to Braithwaite. Braithwaite goes over to Lloyd Middlebrooks down to Kyrie in the corner. No good for the Sound as the Avengers take the ball down the other way. The Avengers of ASA College set up the offense. Swinging the ball around the top of the key. And then it's Christian Esposito for three, who cannot finish. Kyrie Sawyer on the board. Lloyd Middlebrooks drives in the lane, passes out to Ismail Shabazz. Ismail back to Middlebrook. He's swinging around here to Kyrie Sawyer goes down low to Brayway. Shabazz. Back down low, but the Avengers are able to get their hand in the passing lane. That's number 23 in your scorebook, Mark Worthy. As ASA goes to the line. We'll reset here. Neither team has scored yet in this game. Boyd Middlebrooks takes the ball up the floor. Down to Brayley. Brayley over to Middlebrooks. Down low, Obasi, and just past the outstretched hands of Obasi Jackson.
And a lot of costly mistakes early in this one. I'm expecting the Fivetown Sound to really pressure ASA by getting in the paint, because as we know, the three-point shot has not worked for them. Their last game, they shot 4 of 14 from three. We know the result of that one. So I think Greg Drizel is going to have them really just have their way in the paint in this one.
Alrighty. So the Sound down to Lloyd Middlebrooks, and Lloyd loses it off of his right hand. That amounted another early turnover by Fivetowns College. As the Avengers of ASA will get the ball. That's number 13, Christian Esposito, inbounding it. Over to Isaac Williams. Back to Esposito. We'll go back to Williams. Slows the ball down a little bit here. That's Cameron Miller, the guard, coming up. Williams on the shot, no good. And again, neither team still scored. We are still knotted up at 0. Christian Williams swings around the top to Brayway. Brayway to Kyrie Sawyer. Kyrie pulling out a play down to Brayway. Brayway the floater, and he cannot finish on the Avengers. Back on the board, Cameron Miller takes the ball up for the Avengers.
And not very good possessions by either team in this one, Ty, so far.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Bobby. It has been a very slow start as the Avengers try to get on the board again. They can't. Both teams in the middle of an 0 for to start our game here. Obasi pumps, shoots the long three. And there we go, Obasi arrived.
It seems like every game we call that Obasi Jackson is playing, he gets hot.
Yeah,
And he starts the game off with a 3, similar to what he did versus Vaughn College when we called our last game.
And here we go, the rim, the hoop, the lid off the rim for both teams as Cameron Miller opens the scoring for the Avengers. Looks like we're going to stop the ball on Obasi, and it's a backcourt on Obasi Jackson there. Great defensive possession there by the Avengers, Bobby.
And Obasi Jackson will take a seat as he'll be coached up there by Corey Jackson. Ishmael Shabazz will check in for the Sound.
The Avengers working the ball around. That's Christian Esposito. Passes all the way out behind the three-point line to Igor Kagabo, and he cannot finish.
Both teams really struggling to shoot the ball in this one, and I haven't seen a real good possession yet. Even Obasi Jackson's three-point shot, that was not the best shot selection, but it went in.
You're right, and it was early in the shot clock. Yes, you're very right. And a travel there for the Sound, and this is not the start you mentioned coming off that loss, Bobby. This is not the start that you want here.
And you could tell Coach Giselle is not very happy with how his team started this game, but he knows it's a long game. And they're going to get it going eventually.
You're absolutely right. So the Avengers swinging the ball around here. That's Isaac Williams with the ball, who passes back up to Morgan Worthy. Back down low to Worthy. Worthy's working down low on Brayway. Back out. Nice little move there by Cameron Miller. He's able to finish. The Avengers take the lead, the early lead on Fivetown, 4-3 for the road team.
Shabazz really tried to get the charge call there, but got nothing. Christian Williams with the handles loses it.
We do have a stopping move, but here it looks like Obasi's getting ready to check back in.
It's a very sloppy game by the Sounds, to say the least, to start. A lot of turnovers, a lot of stupid mistakes. I really think we're going to see a timeout from Coach Giselle very soon. We're going to see how adamant he gets.
Yeah, this is not the start you want against a team that Fivetown expects to beat.
Yeah.
back there. It looks like Kagabo hurt his shoulder there.
Yeah, he looks hurt. And for Fivetowns, this is the advantage you have. When we call the women's game, we talk about this all the time. ASA, the Avengers do not have a lengthy bench. They have one other player on the bench, so an injury would be crucial now for ASA. Where on the Fivetowns Sound, you have a 6-7 man bench.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You've seen Kagabo go down early. It's not a good sign here, if indeed he is very, very hurt. As Lloyd Middlebrooks goes up in the acrobatic attempt, but he cannot finish. Looks like he'll head to the line for the first free throws of the night for the Fivetowns Sound.
And this is something that the Fivetowns Sound has actually been very good at this year. Last game against Rochelle, yes, they lost, but they were 20 of 25 from the free throw line. You can't ask for much more than that from your basketball team. So.
You're absolutely right.
And I jinxed it. I just jinxed it. It's just what I do.
So setting the table here early, 15 minutes and 18 seconds in the first half here. The ASA Warriors, the ASA Avengers, excuse me, leading the Fivetowns Sound 4-3 in a low-scoring affair. Neither team has looked very pretty offensively. As Middlebrooks makes his second attempt after misses the first one, and the Avengers hook the ball down the floor. That's Isaac Williams, the guard. They slow the tempo down a little bit here. Shabazz working really up on him. Swing the ball down to Marco Torres. Torres, background to the corner. That's Williams. And is able to corral it. He's able to finish it. A three-point play, 7-4.
I think that's the best shot we've seen from either team tonight.
Kyrie rising above his defender, but Sawyer cannot finish out of bounds. Staying down on his end. Kyrie inbounds to Middlebrooks. Middlebrooks drives the lane, cannot finish, just a little weak there. And the Avengers on the board.
I like the idea there by Lloyd Middlebrooks, but you got to be able to finish that basket.
Isaac Williams across half court. Williams down to Torres. Back over to Williams. Williams tries to drive baseline, but he's met by Kyrie. Back up the top to Cameron Miller, and Miller for three. As the Fivetowns are in a little bit of a hole early on here. Lloyd Middlebrooks down to Kyrie. Kyrie Sawyer.
And we haven't really said Kyrie Sawyer's name all that much, which is very rare. Up.
Another missed shot by Kyrie early on. And that's Esposito trying to go coast to coast. And we do have a stoppage in play, and it is going to be against, it looks like against. No, it is not. I apologize. That's against the Avengers. Great call there.
He's going to say he pushed off there, Ty.
A very, very nice play early on there. Way to get in the passing lane. But Fivetowns, other than that, is in a pretty big hole early here. They're down 10-4 to the ASA Avengers. And this has been about as bad of a start as you could want here if you're the Sound.
I think it's as bad of a start as we have seen. We have not seen this team look this bad, and we know that they're a lot better than what they're showing right now. And I think what it's going to come down to ultimately is Kyrie Sawyer's got to go back to being Kyrie Sawyer, just driving to the paint, end ones, everything. He's a Swiss Army knife, Tyler. He can do everything in the game. Obasi Jackson, go back to being hot. They haven't really moved the ball around. It seems like every guy who gets it, he tries to drive and can't finish. But I mean, if you're Coach Drizel and Coach Hart, I don't really know. You can't pinpoint one thing because it seems like everything's going wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is not a start again against the team, a weak bench, as you mentioned, for the Avengers. And they're up early here. And this is going to be a very interesting thing to watch going forward as Christian Esposito looked like he was headed to the line, but what do I know? The Avengers will set up here. It seems like the refs, the officials are giving both teams a stern talk.
Yeah.
That's all the way out to Kagabo, and he cannot finish. And Middlebrooks takes the batted pass and finishes. That could be the momentum the the sound knee, Bobby.
Yeah, that was perfect timing there, Tyler. Turning defense into offense. A great play by Lloyd Middlebrooks, capitalizing on a mistake by ASA.
Williams takes the ball up. He is guarded by Kyrie. Laser focused in on him right underneath us here. That's a double team comes up. Lloyd Middlebrooks tries to get him, drives down the lane over the head of Obasi Jackson. And again, Cameron Miller, was the one that finished that one. The leading scorer early on here for the Avengers.
And ASA is showing that they're here to win this game. They're not going to be pushed around by Fivetowns. And I think Fivetowns wasn't ready for this. That's what it looks like to me.
You're absolutely right. I was going to say, too, that this looks like a team that may not have prepared. Christian Esposito on the swat of Obasi, and that's going down to Torres. Torres tries to finish, and he's grabbing his knee. And this one, and he's grabbing his knee. I don't love, that's a non-contact. That's a scary injury.
That's very scary.
And he's in a lot of pain down there, and he has that other knee wrapped. And this is the knee that isn't wrapped, and we said it, that's a non-contact injury, and those are the scariest ones. We will have a stoppage in play here. His coach, Brett Wilson, goes to check on his player. Bobby, you said they already have a weak bench, and beyond the bench, I mean, this is not something we want to see.
Yeah, this is heartbreaking stuff, especially like you said before, non-contact. That's usually something around the ACL, MCL area. Could have landed funny. You hate to see that for any player, let alone an ASA team does not have a very deep bench, and it doesn't look like it was just a quick bump or anything. He looks like he's in a lot of pain.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
And if you're ASA here, you just gotta keep your heads up and keep fighting. I know you lost one of your brothers, one of your teammates, but it's still, you got a lot of game to play in this one, and this can't be in your head the whole time.
No, you're absolutely right. And they are up here. They are up here early, 12-6, as we kind of give you the score. 13 minutes left, so the Avengers come out hot. They're playing a good game here, and you got to do this for them. This is a game that you're not going to, like you say, you're not going to have your brother. This one's going to be tough.
Shabazz looks very distraught over there on the bench. I don't think he was happy that foul was called against him. And it looks like Ronnie Lambry is going to check in for Shabazz.
And he is able, it looks like he's able to walk off under his own power, although Coach Brett Wilson will help him off the court here.
We wish the best to Marcos Torres as he's getting helped to the sideline here.
Absolutely. And you know, maybe it gets a little testy early, and the teams, whether it's here or in another game, teams chirp each other, but this is nothing that, when you're playing a team, you're never wishing this. This is never your goal. This is just really unfortunate for a team that's playing very well.
And Tyler, it looks like, as I said before, Shabazz is all by himself over there on the bench. Just saw him talking to Coach Skip Hart. It looks like he's heading out of the gym, actually. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, there's a lot. It's been an interesting start to this game.
It definitely has been.
Nothing that we've ever seen before on both sides. So we are going to reset here. We do got, like you said, Bobby, we got a lot of game left to play. Mm-hmm. And it looks to me, well, the 5 that are in now are the 5 that are in for the next 43 minutes. Yeah,
it seems that way. Unless Marcos Torres is able to make some sort of miraculous recovery, it looks like ASA is going to have the same starting 5 for the rest of this one.
It's Igor Kagabo who will shoot the free throws for Torres. Back behind half court is Christian Esposito and Marvin Worthy. As the Fivetowns sound, 3-game possession here, and we are going to reset. We're going to play some basketball, folks. As Sawyer kicks down to Lambry. As they try to do some nice little spin move there, but it doesn't work. We have a stoppage. Oh, yeah, that's going to be a foul against Lloyd Middlebrooks. Unintentional, you know that, but that was Christian Esposito jumping the pass when they get possession of that ball.
And Ty, I don't want to jump to conclusions here, but if this is the same thing that we're going to see for the next 12 minutes and 48 seconds, this Fivetowns Sound team is not going to be leading this game.
No.
They're playing very sloppy, and they're going to see definitely a very angry Coach Drizel at half if this continues.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. That's Isaac Williams driving up. Wadabasi gets Sam's on it, and they are going the other way. Pass down to Sawyer. Sawyer works way around. Both a beautiful little house step around Marvin Worthy, and the Fivetowns Sound get a little bit of offense here.
And it looks like
checks in. And we do have a stoppage in play. Looks like it'll go out of bounds off the hands of Sawyer.
And it looks like Kyrie Sawyer's getting back into his groove a little bit, and it looks like Coach Drizel is going to go with a little full court press here to try to create pressure on ASA.
Nice little bounce pass into Kagabo. And Kagabo works down to Isaac Williams, and Isaac Williams is telling everyone to go. Go, go, go. As the Avengers set the offense up down the floor. That's Worthy setting a pick. They shoot the ball around the top. Down low. Esposito tries to get a hand on it. He can't finish, but Worthy gets it. This ball's ping-ponging everywhere. Oh, this ball is loose. This ball is wild in the Sound. On the possession, they are able to get the turnover. And Lloyd Middlebrooks lays the game 12-10 now. Fivetowns only trails by 2. Head to Esposito. Esposito cannot finish. And that was Lambry that gets his hand on that.
Great play by Ronnie Lambry there.
Lambry pulls up in the free throw line a little too weak. Obasi cannot, but it's in the hands of Brayway down to Sawyer. And all of a sudden the tempo's picking up here, Bobby.
The tempo's picking up. They're scoring the ball with ease now, and it seems like ever since they implemented the full court press, the Fivetowns Sound are ready to play now.
The crowd getting into it as well. Again, the Avengers checking the ball all over the place, and then it's going to be a whistle, and that's going to be on Nigel Brayway there. He was all over Martin Worthy.
And Coach Drizel not loving that call there. You don't want him to get a little too testy here because this could be a technical. You definitely don't want that.
It's getting very, very testy all over the floor here. But, you know, we talked about, I don't want to go back to the Torres injury as he's still over there getting worked on. But this is exactly, the bench is now depleted here for the Avengers. So if you're Drizel, if you're Coach Drizel, this is what you got to do now. It's full court press. It's time to gas these boys out.
Yeah.
Middlebrooks leads to Sawyer. Sawyer drives the lane, kicks back out to Brayway, who goes cross court to Obasi Jackson. Obasi down low, the jump shot, the floater cannot go, will not go. Christian Esposito on the board. Lambert gets his hand, never is able to bat it down over to Isaac Williams. Williams goes the length, and again we see a big jump by Brayway who alters the path of Williams, but the Avengers are able to finish anyway. They cling to a 3-point lead here, 15-12 Avengers. Middlebrooks down to Brayway. Back up to Middlebrooks. Middlebrooks with a nice hop step and pass to Kyrie. Kyrie's open, and he does not finish. It bounces off the front of the rim. Christian Esposito grabs the ball and slows it down for the Avengers.
And Ty, we got a 3-point game. I think you got to consider yourselves fortunate if you're the Fivetowns Sound with the way this game started for this game to only be 3 points. But you definitely got to start closing in on shooters.
Christian Esposito with a teardrop in the corner. A very nice shot. Brayway tries to raise one of his own, and he can't. It's off the back of the board. And it is rebounded by the Avengers, Kagabo. Igor Kagabo on the board. That's Kyle Miller taking it up, the leading scorer for the Avengers. And Brayway puts his hands in the passing lane, but it looks like he stepped out of bounds.
Now they're going to call a foul there, I think.
Are they?
Looks like a little bit of a push there by number 23, Marvin Worthy. He's going to get called for that foul.
Middlebrooks takes the ball up the floor. Kyrie Sawyer. Kyrie over Nigel Brayway. Nigel can't finish. And that's Esposito on the board pass down to Williams. Williams looks like that ball is going to go off his foot, and we're going back the other way. That's a 5-pound ball. We're going to have a stoppage in play here. It looks like a timeout here for the Avengers.
So, Ty, we got an 18-12 game, 9:30 left here in the first half. If you're Coach Drizel, what are you saying to these guys?
You know, it's right now, it's all systems go for the Sound, and I'm surprised this lead is still pretty good lead for a team that's playing 5 guys.
Yeah, definitely a very good lead after losing a guy like Torres. But I think the most interesting thing that has happened tonight is the fact that this Fivetowns team is coming off a tough loss, almost an embarrassing loss to New Rochelle when they come in after a red-hot win against a good Vaughan team. And it seems like, to me, I think it's starting to change a little bit now, but it seems like they came out flat tonight.
Yeah, I agree with that. You know, I almost want to say this is the last game before we hit the holiday break.
Yeah.
So
check out a little early.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So Bossy Jackson checks it down here to Lloyd Middlebrooks. The Fivetowns Sound trail 6 to the Avengers as Ronnie Landry passes down Obasi. Obasi, that mid-ranger on the right side of the hoop, and we were down there in Warmus, Bobby. He was hitting that all day.
Yeah, he was practicing with Corey Jocks, and he was hitting everything during warm-ups. So, Lloyd Middlebrooks got a little caught off there, and
Esposito tries to clean up the mess down there, but he can't. That's Brayway loses it out of bounds under the scorer's table. And it'll go the other way into the Avengers ball. As we try to find it there between all the bleachers. Cameron Miller inbound to Tagabo. Tagabo working on Obasi Jackson, and he gets past him. Pretty little move, but a little too strong there as it goes on the backboard. That's Miller. Miller pulls up for the free throw, and he can't finish either. And the Sound regain possession. They go cross court to Kyrie Sawyer, and Kyrie will wait for his teammates to get down there. Ronnie Landry behind. He's going to pop the three from the top of the key. Does not get it. That's Esposito on the board. Christian Esposito for the Avengers. Esposito tries to go across court and Williams picked up by Kyrie Sawyer, and that is going to be on Kyrie. That's going to be on Kyrie, and that is an excellent job by Cameron Miller to get in the way right there at the top of the free throw, right at the charity stripe, to just stand right in front of him, set his feet, and that's a charge. Obasi Jackson picks up the pass intended for Tagabo. Middlebrooks down to Sawyer. Sawyer pump face down, he's down the baseline to Brayway. Brayway the long three. Cannot finish. Tagabo on the board. The Avengers now slowing the tempo a little bit. That's Miller, the leading scorer for the Avengers with 7 points, taking the ball up the floor where he's met by a double team. Poked out by Kyrie Sawyer, but he nicely dribbles right past him, checks it down to Worthy, and Worthy finishes. That was magic.
yeah, Ty, that's the risk you're willing to take when you do double team somebody like that. If he gets out of it, you got numbers on the other side.
Well, Middlebrooks gets the ball from traveling, begins to head down the lane. 7 minutes, 38 seconds left here. The ASA Avengers up 20-14 on the home team, Fivetowns Sound, and they got to do something, Bobby. They got to get this together.
Yeah, and I think the most impressive thing ASA has done is keeping Kyrie Sawyer to 4 points. He hasn't really broke the game, which he usually does by this time. I mean, you're going to need guys to step up. I mean, last game they had Kyrie Sawyer with 21, Ishmael Shabazz with 14, Obasi with 14, and Lloyd Middlebrooks with 16. And in this one, not a lot of scoring. So.
No, you're absolutely right. As Landry goes down to Obasi, and it's just past the outstretched arm of Obasi, and it's another bad turnover here for Fivetowns, and it's been the theme of the first half.
Yeah, it really has been, Ty. And you know you want to get this cleaned up if you're Coach Giselle, but you got to roll with the punches. This game's not over, not even close.
That's going to be on the sand. That's going to be Fivetowns ball. As he's out off the foot of Isaac Williams, right under us here. Obasi will inbound it. Excuse me. We'll change the ball right in front of me here. Isaac Williams will inbound it. And we go the other way again. So it was ruled Fivetowns ball, changed the ruling, Avengers ball. That was Isaac Williams that stepped over the sideline and into fair play before he passed the ball. So that's a turnover. Now we're going back the other way. As Obasi checks it in, I hope he took that down, folks.
There we go.
So Sawyer checks it in to Shabazz. Shabazz Shabazz down to Braithwaite, and it's off his chest. He can't corral it. And there's going to be a travel on Williams as he bumps into Shabazz.
And Shabazz turns his head there, looked at the official like, "There's no way you're calling that on me." And he was going to give him some words if he did, but he did not. It was a travel call. Fivetowns ball.
Sawyer looking and checking it, goes down low to Obasi. Obasi cannot finish, but gets it on board. Cleans up his own mess with a nice home bounce. Brought his lucky rabbit today. And that's Miller. Miller will inbound it, and it is intercepted by Braithwaite. And Braithwaite tries to make an incredible play. Kyrie cannot get his hands on it. They go back the other way. Worthy makes contact with Obasi.
And they're going to call a blocking foul there on Obasi Jackson.
And it looks like Worthy was walking gingerly on that ankle. And they cannot, and you say it, but they really cannot afford it.
They would have to play with 4 guys.
Yeah. So Worthy's going to take his 2 free throws here as Brett Wilson and the Avengers.
And Ty, there's definitely something I want to point out. When ASA is shooting their free throws, their players gather in a huddle, so they're not ready. And it looks like Coach Giselle is going to take advantage of that because you could just start a fast break because they have nobody if he misses this. Yeah, see, but they have no one guarding them.
Kyrie Sawyer goes down the lane pass to Obasi where he's met by 2 Avengers. We have another whistle here. That's going to be against, looks like Christian Esposito. As Obasi will head to the line here, take his first 2 shots from the free throw line tonight. Off the back of the rim. 21-16 here. The road team, the Avengers, playing now with only 5 guys, still lead over the Fivetowns Sound, who they're the home team. Their fans are in the stands tonight, and the Avengers, the road warriors tonight early on as Obasi makes the second free throw.
I'm interested to see as this game progresses if conditioning ends up being a factor because you literally only have 5 players.
It is something to watch for as Miller tries to get creative, go under Obasi, but he cannot finish. Sawyer takes the ball down the floor to Braithwaite. Braithwaite back to Sawyer, and it's another traveling call by Fivetowns.
And especially after that loss to New Rochelle, everything that could go wrong for Fivetowns tonight has gone wrong.
You're absolutely right. And then on top of that, it's the boneheaded play. It's the 4 or 5 traveling calls. The outs, the pass that go wide as the Avengers Esposito has the ball on offense. They're going to slow it down a little bit as Williams moves back and the is met by Shabazz. And it looks like at the backcourt, Fivetowns will get the ball on the other end.
And it looks like Shabazz is getting into the head of number 14, Isaac Williams, as Ishmael Shabazz is all over him all night long.
Braithwaite fakes the pass, goes down to Shabazz. Shabazz working down low to Obasi. Obasi can't finish, tries to tap it in himself, but he can't twice. And it's going to go the other way. It's going to be Avengers ball. And this is exactly what we talk about. These are the things that Fivetowns does with ease, and tonight they haven't done them.
Yeah, you're 100% right, Tyler. And there's a mental error there on defense. 23-17.
Kyrie Sawyer over Braithwaite. Braithwaite goes down to Shabazz. And Shabazz pokes it up into the hands of Christian Esposito, who goes after Worthy, and Worthy tries to save it. I don't think he did get it, and it's going to be Fivetowns ball. They cannot finish on that fast break there, and they got to finish on those easy ones if they want to pull this upset.
And Worthy still looked like he's banged up from that foul call a couple minutes ago. He's still shaking out that ankle.
Kyrie swings it down to Braithwaite. Braithwaite back to Sawyer. Sawyer dumped it off to Obasi. Obasi takes his time, but he airballs it, airmails it. Back to Worthy down to the other end. And Shabazz getting back on defense, pokes that ball out.
Great play there by Ishmael Shabazz, and we know after watching this Sound team play all year that he's one of their centerpieces on defense.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Bobby. As Williams will inbound this ball down to Esposito, and Esposito goes hard into Obasi, and he stays down. It looks like he might have hit his nose. Braithwaite's a nice, pretty move around Cameron Miller, and we do have a stoppage in play here.
He hit him with the stutter step, Tyler Brand. Hit him with the stutter step.
And Esposito, speaking of hit into a Boston hard down low. The ASA Avengers over the Fivetown Sound with 5 minutes left here in the first half. And there's that hit, as you can see if you're watching at home. He hit hard into a Boston Jackson. But he's okay, he's up, he's back walking around. As Williams locked up by his Shabazz. The crowd starting to get into a few here for the Fivetown Sound. Velocity up there, flirting with the 2. Has to shoot up for 3, the teardrop, and this, he brought his shot with him, he packed it with him.
That's the second 3 in the same exact spot we have seen Esposito hit, and boy, does that ball arc. That's a high shot.
He's teardropping all over the Fivetown Sound today. Esposito hits it back out into the hands of Kyrie Sawyer for 3 from the top of the arc. He cannot finish. Esposito goes cross to Worthy. The pick off by Brayway. Shabazz takes up the floor, checks down over Bassi. Bassi can't finish. I think Esposito might have got a hand on that ball. And Cameron Miller, things start to slow down a little bit here.
To me, Esposito has been the guy of the night. He's shot well, he's played amazing defense, he's taken a couple shots as well, but he's still going. Yeah,
you're absolutely right, Bobby. As we go down to Cagabo, Cagabo cannot finish. It is going to be a foul on Obasi Jackson, looks like. Cagabo will go back to the line, and like you said, there's Brett Wilson during the free throw, huddling up, making sure he's getting the information to his guys.
I'm telling you, Tyler, there's going to be one time when Coach Drizel takes advantage of this. It's just a matter of time.
Cagabo does not finish the first one.
It's just, I'm telling you, I feel it. I got the feeling in my bad knee, Tyler.
26-19, the ASA Avengers still up over the Fivetown Sound, and Cagabo makes the second one, not this time, Bobby.
They're getting very lucky with that. They are going, eventually that is going to bite them.
Sawyer slows the ball down, and Sawyer's going to call a timeout. So we do have a stoppage play here with that last free throw. It is now 27-19. The road team, the Avengers, coming in here looking to do something pretty big here. Yeah,
this should be a big upset. I think this would really shake up the conference for a whirlwind here. If the ASA JV team comes into Fivetown on the road after I heard the coach saying, Coach Brett Wilson, when he walked in the gym, it took him 3 hours to get here. So this wasn't a quick trip. They came here and they're like, we're not wasting those 3 hours of our lives. Let's come out and get a win. We know we saw Marco Torres go down. That's a tough loss for them, but I think the big story, there's 2 big stories to me. It's the play of Kyrie Sawyer, which has been the inability to score and the inability of just star-studded plays that we normally see from Kyrie. Only 4 points in the game for him. The 3-point shooting for the Sound has not really worked out. And I think if we really want to talk about who's been the star player, I said it before and I'll say it again, it's Christian Esposito of ASA. He's been one of the best players on the floor tonight, both defensively and offensively, and he's a big reason why ASA has this 27-19 lead.
You're absolutely right, Bobby. Astute observations.
That's what I'm here for, man.
Alrighty, folks, we are beginning to reset here. As you said, 27-19, the Avengers up. They're only playing with 5 guys. We've had a very, very intense first half. But we wish our best to Marco Torres, who's still over there on the coach's table. And we start off here with Kyrie Sawyer and the offense for Fivetown. Down to Brayway kicks it to Obasi, who's locked up by Cagabo. He's having himself a nice day defensively, and he airmails Kyrie, and it's just been a tough luck night all first half here.
It really has been, Ty, and it's not. I don't want to say it's not acceptable, obviously, but it seems like it's inches that are separating this game. It's just off the fingertips. It's a shoulda, coulda, woulda here as of right now.
Esposito, the do-it-all man here for the Warriors. Takes the ball, swings up to Williams. Williams for 3, cannot finish. Landry on the board, passes down to Shabazz. Shabazz to Middlebrooks, and Middlebrooks finishes a nice finish right under the rim.
Lloyd Middlebrooks is the energizer buddy for this Fivetowns team. Whenever he steps on the floor, you should expect a guy who only plays one speed, and that's fast.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Mark Worthy went down, and we will resume play in just a minute. Another quick timeout for Greg Drizel. 27-21, the Avengers lead the Fivetowns down here with just under 3 minutes, a second under 3 minutes here in the first half of a very eerie, a very interesting game. And Brett Wilson is letting the boys coach themselves. He's sitting down with the 5 guys that have been in here since about 13 minutes left. They got to do it. They're the only 5 out there, and they got to rely on each other, and they're doing something very, very tremendous here. And the Avengers, Cameron Miller, the guard, 7 points tonight. He will check in. He will inbound the ball. Looking for a guy, and that's Ismail Shabazz, who just boxed it right up in the air, cannot finish. And we'll reposition, and we'll try it again as the Avengers try to inbound the ball here.
A nice play by Shabazz. It's a little bit of a head scratcher. Probably just snag that one next time.
As Isaac Williams tries to back down Shabazz, and Shabazz is not having it. And a nice little move there. He hits down the lane. Kyrie's there with a hand up, and he sinks it right in Kyrie's face. That great defense by Kyrie. Just a very nice shot by Isaac Williams. As Obasi slings around the Lloyd Middlebrooks. Lloyd over to Kyrie, and he's able to corral. He almost goes that ball, drives down the lane. Kagabo beats him, breaks him, and sends him packing the other way. As Isaac Williams dribbles past Obasi and Kyrie, pulls up again. And it looks like it's going to be on Kyrie, who bumped him in the back as he was coming down. So Isaac Williams will head to the line. And here we go.
There we go again, man. I'm telling you, one of these times, Coach Drizel is going to get his way right here.
You know, I like the idea. It's a free timeout, and he uses it.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is that second free throw, if he misses that second free throw, you have an automatic fast break. No one's on anybody. And you have no shot at getting the board and putting it right back up.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. So we do have a stoppage in play here. It looks like they're working on Isaac Williams.
Yeah, I think he might have drew blood a little bit there on his elbow, so you got to clean that up.
We keep saying it, but it's been a very peculiar. It's been a first half like nothing we've ever seen before.
Yeah, it really has been. There's been so many different things that have gone wrong and right, and people getting hurt, and people upset. Coach Drizel fuming. It's just a lot of different things that need to be cleaned up in order for this Fivetowns Sound team to come out victorious and improve to 5-3. 5-3 sounds a lot better than 4-4.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, especially as we get later and later into the season.
Yeah.
And it's wins, you have to put wins like this together.
Yeah, especially versus teams like this, Tyler. This is a JV team. This is not the varsity team for ASA. So if you end up losing this game, you don't want to go back into late January and say, wow, we let that one slip away and that cost you a playoff spot.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And you mentioned the JV team. I mean, this is the 2 squad, and they only have 5 guys. So there's no excuse as to why Fivetowns blows a game like this unless they're unprepared. And that's the theme that tonight we've talked about. It looks like they've been hitting Christmas break a little early here.
Yeah, maybe checked in for a little vacation.
So we still await, still stopping to play here as it seems like everyone else is getting in line while the trainer's working here as Lloyd Middlebrooks.
Busy night for the trainer tonight.
Absolutely. Getting into a little bit of a replay here.
Fivetowns Sound fans getting into this one tied. It's only an 8-point game. You got 2 minutes until we head into halftime. I would like to see Fivetowns make a run here. I mean, if you can tie the game going into half, I'd say Coach Drizel and the Sound feel pretty confident that they can win this one.
You know, they make a run here. They make a run, and then whenever they get close, it seems like the Avengers just do enough to just push themselves ahead a little bit more. Yeah. That's been the kind of first half we've seen. As we take a look here at the replay, and that's Isaac Williams getting pretty down the lane. Kyrie, you can't play any better defense than that on the guy that Isaac Williams nails it. And these kids can play ball.
Yeah, 100% agree.
We're still waiting here. Isaac Williams seems to be ready to go, ready to take his free throws, and the Avengers all gather at half court. Williams takes his first free throw. A 9-point lead for the Avengers.
And that's what ASA has done, Ty. They've done the little things right. Not a lot of stupid turnovers, not a lot of fouls, I apologize. But that's really the only upper hand they've had over Fivetowns.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's Lloyd Middlebrooks. Pass over to Sawyer. Sawyer back to Middlebrooks. Middlebrooks drives the lane where he's met by Esposito and Cagabo. Goes back behind the three-point line where Sawyer grabs it down to Obasi. Obasi down to that zone he's been in all day, but he cannot. Cleans up his zone. Nice. Nice little bounce there off the right side of the rim. And here we go. Obasi starting to get into the game here. 4 guys converge on Isaac Williams. Cagabo is able to receive the pass from him, and that's Middlebrooks is able to post the ball out. We're going back the other way. Middlebrooks drives down the baseline. Miller tries to get the charge, but Middlebrooks goes right around him, and a nice little 4-point run there for the Sound.
Yeah, that's great play by Lloyd Middlebrooks there. But Tyler, something that I think we've let slip by us is Cagabo has been an absolute tank and presence in the paint tonight. And no John Francois to be seen, not on the bench, not here tonight. So I feel like that's a mismatch ASA could take advantage of. No one on Fivetowns has the height that Cagabo has.
Yeah, that's a very, very good observation, Bobby. I couldn't agree more. As Isaac Williams again is starting to really settle into a groove here. Sawyer over to Middlebrooks. Back to Sawyer. Swings around to Obasi. Obasi from the left side in the paint. Cannot finish. Landry on the board. And he gets a nice little bounce there on the offensive rebound.
And that's a great job by Shabazz to get that ball loose and allow Ronnie Landry to put that right back up.
Esposito takes the ball up the floor here. Esposito fakes the pass to Williams. He's trying to run something, and Williams stuck up in the corner here. Goes right past Ismail Shabazz. The Cagabo in the corner, and he cannot finish. If he made that, that's the highlight of the night. Kyrie finishes with the horn, heads to the line with the chance to cut this game down to 3.
And that's what Kyrie Sawyer does. He pushes the basketball to the rack, and he finishes through contact. A great play by Kyrie Sawyer, looking to make this a 3-point game.
29 seconds left. 33 to 29 now, pending the free throw. 33 to 29. The last 30 seconds of the game here, the shot clock is off. Let's see what the Avengers do with this as Cagabo takes the ball up the floor, hit by Landry. Back to Williams. Williams gets double teamed but dribbles out of it. He's met down low by Obasi, and he goes around, and he's able to finish again. A nice little run here down the stretch for Isaac Williams. Kyrie Sawyer passes it over to Middlebrooks to Obasi, who's been very comfortable from down there, but he cannot finish. Rebounded by Kyrie. He gets contacted by, it looks like that was Cameron Miller, the guard. Question that call.
And Tyler, this is exactly what you want to see if you're a Fivetown Sound fan. A slow start for Kyrie Sawyer. He's starting to pick it up now, and just in time for half number 2.
Yeah, you're absolutely right here, and he's going to make the first of 2 free throws here. A 5-point game with 3 seconds left. And Kyrie makes them both 2 big free throw shots. Christian Williams checks in for him. He'll go to the bench, and we'll see him in the second half. Williams with a second left, and they'll just dribble it out. They're very, very happy with the lead here. No need to try to do anything cute. 35 for the ASA Avengers, 31 for the Fivetown Sound. And it's been a very, very eerie first half, Bobby, to say the least.
Yeah, eerie, you could say frustrating, you could say peculiar, as you said before. It's been a very odd start to this game for the Fivetown Sound. The big injury for ASA, Marcos Torres, who we wish the best after he messed up his knee in the first half here. But that's a big storyline in this one. ASA has 5 players. That's enough to pretty much take the floor. That's about it. So I'm interested to see in the second half if the Fivetown Sound are able to get on the floor running and are able to tie this game up and eventually take the lead and win this one.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's going to be one of the biggest storylines going forward into the second half. And it'll be a fun second half because Fivetowns going to have to climb out of the hole and stop making stupid mistakes. So we're going to throw it down. Star Fuentes, who's on the sideline. Star, how you doing? We haven't seen you yet tonight.
Right. Hey guys, I'm doing pretty good. Right now I'm here with the assistant coach, Mr. Skip Hart. So, what are your thoughts on tonight's game?
Well, so far so good. We got to take better care of the ball. I think we're rushing it at times, and defensively we got to get back.
What have the team worked on in the past up until this point to kind of change the game a little bit from that really hard loss to New Rochelle?
Yeah, that was the big thing, is getting back on defense, and we weren't doing that. We're doing a better job tonight, but we got to do a better job in the second half.
All right. We're looking forward to it. Thank you so much. All right, guys, back to you.
So today for my business seminar class, we had a presentation to do on entrepreneurs. We just looked around for different entrepreneurs in different aspects of the industry that we're currently in. Prior to the presentation, I had about a week or two to prepare. I went online and I found information about Dr. Dre, which is an entrepreneur that I admire very much, and I was able to acquire the information, jot it down, and put it in chronological order and be able to present it to the class and still be able to educate students on what he has done and how he has impacted not only us personally, but everyone in the industry. He met a lot of complications along his rise to being an artist, and then one of them being the controversies, a lot of controversies that circulated, not only him, but his group and friends of NWA. Their explicit lyrics of the street life in Compton was very much censored, not only in the media, but radio. These type of assignments are always very interesting to me because it not only gives us a look at other artists and other people that we aspire to be like, but we can also learn from their mistakes and the way they have risen to the top in the industry. I think that's what makes Fivetowns a very special place here, to be able to learn from other people, not only here at the school, but as from in the industry surrounding us as well.
All right, so I'm Star Fuentes here on the sidelines with the former men's basketball player for the Sound, Mr. Justin Brown. How are you doing, Justin? What have you been up to since graduation?
Man, working, moving down to Georgia tomorrow, so I'm hoping to, go down there and continue working and probably start doing my my dream job, which is a coach. So I'm waiting to see what happens.
Good luck with that. What do you think of tonight's game so far?
Guys are playing hard. You know, when I was here last year and the year before, we were a running gun team. Looks like they're still trying to do that. ASA is a really good team. They're very good defensively. They seem very poised to try to come in here and beat us. And I think that the second half they're going to come out. Our guys are going to come out and, you know, put them away because they only got 5 players now because one got hurt earlier. So I pray for him. Hopefully he gets better, but we'll see.
Well, we hope the sound comes back with a win. It was so good seeing you, Justin. I missed you so much. All right, back to you. Well, actually, back to commercial. Heading to commercial break, so we'll be right back with the game. My favorite part of s'mores night is how many people actually don't know what s'mores are, and watching their face when they have like all the textures and the taste at once, and they're like, wow, that tastes so good. Like it's just, it's funny, it's humorous, and it's cool, it's fun.
These events are important for students. It helps them connect, it helps them get to know each other. They're fun. A lot of our students come out and they just kind of mingle. It's good, especially in the beginning of the semester. It kind of gets them the blood pumping and it gets them the spirits of Fivetowns going.
It builds a sense of community. You get to know your leaders, your pro staff, and it's just a great way to mingle and make friends. Right now, we're hosting the Radio Club Kickoff Party. Everyone's really excited, especially the radio personalities, because they're going to be getting a chance to talk about their radio show and talk about everything that their show has to offer here at Fivetowns College, WFTU Radio.
It's important to promote your show, get to know everyone else who does a show, because at WFTU we're definitely a community, and it's good that everyone is involved and getting stuff done, and also just like networking and making connections and stuff like that.
For other people who don't know much about radio, they get to meet us and get to know us personally, not just listen to our shows. They get to see a face. And it helps the people who do have radio shows to connect with other hosts.
And they're fundraising for the radio station to get improvements, and I can't wait to see what they have in store for us then.
There are over 30 radio shows here at Fivetowns College. You can listen to them at WFTU Radio, 1570 AM, or you can download the TuneIn app or the WFTU Radio app.
I think it's pretty cool that we have a freshman showcase so early, because a lot of times you don't know what people are doing and what their talent and ability really is, and you can also see how you can use people if you need someone to help you out with something.
Don't you know I sit around with my head hanging down and I wonder.
I just think it's a good opportunity. Some people probably never really had the opportunity to perform or really just showcase their talent, and this is like a first step. Getting your first jitters out so soon, so early.
Release my body, I'm gonna stand on the edge of the earth. Be released and live in my rebirth. I think I'll kick it down the street. That's the way to treat a friend. Guess I gotta keep on how you are.
freshman showcase now, but then showcases forward, they'll be like, why not try to do every showcase I can? More so just giving an opportunity for us to perform is just a great ability to have.
Of course we keep on going. Be cool, go on and fake it. We make the same mistakes we always made, and now let's face it.
For more than 3 decades, Grammy-nominated pianist, composer, and arranger David Benoit has reigned supreme as one of the founding fathers of contemporary jazz.
Getting a college education now is more important than ever, especially considering that now we're moving into more advanced technology. I think education is more important. So a combination, follow your passion, but also back it up with some education. I like the feeling in the room today. There was a lot of heart and a lot of pride, and it just came through in the performances, so it was really nice to see all that.
Norm Lewis is the quintessential American Broadway musical actor, a triple threat, outstanding acting, dancing, and singing abilities.
Go to school, get your degree, because it means so much to have that piece of paper. I'm 55 right now, and this is my first time having something like this, so I'm really honored. And now I don't feel as embarrassed as I used to in a crowded room when people would say, yeah, I got my degree at blah, blah, blah. Well, I have a doctorate now. And then when I found out about Fivetowns, I was really, really honored. Something and somehow having that piece of paper legitimizes you in a way that you can't even imagine. Besides making your parents, your family, and your friends proud, it gives you a sense of accomplishment. You know, a lot of times these things are so formal, and I've seen people nod off and all that, but this was so engaging, and the fact that it was a very laid-back sort of situation, and I was being honored, that was another thing. I was like, hey, I get the attention, so this is great.
Fivetowns needs to make to get back in this one?
You know, Bobby, I'll be honest with you. Fivetowns did a lot wrong in that first half. I mean, a lot of boneheaded plays, a lot of passes that went awry. And we've said it before in the first half, ASA only has 5 players, so it's time for them to start getting aggressive, it's time to start getting in front of the ball, and it's time to start making these boys from ASA work to get back in this game.
Yeah, Tyler, I couldn't agree with you more. If you want to get back in this game, as Fivetowns Sound, you need to get aggressive. You need to get to the rim, and you need to pass the ball around. And it doesn't seem like they're the same Fivetowns team that we've seen all year tonight.
No, and it's been very weird. You know, we talked about coming off that bad loss to New Rochelle, and you come in tonight, you want to set a good statement. This is the last time they're going to play for a couple weeks, and this isn't kind of the first half that you want to have, and this isn't the tone you want to set for a long break before you get back out onto the court.
Yeah, well, we'll get back to the action in about 10 seconds or so. Let's hope for the best of Fivetowns Sound, trying to get back into this.
I definitely think we're in store for a great second half. Let me say that. It's going to be a lot of fun.
See the Fivetowns
Fivetowns Sound there getting ready to get underway here in half number 2. Boston Jackson will inbound as ASA takes the ball. And Jackson will inbound to Middlebrooks. To Shabazz. Shabazz to Sawyer. Sawyer back up top to Shabazz. Shabazz brings it over to Middlebrooks. Breakaway down to Jackson. Jackson back up top to Middlebrooks. Middlebrooks going to try to drive. Pass deflected. Will remain Fivetowns ball. So Ty, it definitely looks like they're trying to pass the ball a lot more here in half number 2.
Yeah, they're gonna want to do that. They want to get aggressive and play smart here.
And Middlebrooks for three, a little short. And here comes Williams for the Avengers. Williams directing traffic here for the Avengers down to Worthy. Worthy back to Williams. Williams with the jump shot gets it to go. So the first 2 points in the second half belong to Williams and the Avengers.
He's really played a nice end of the first half, and now he's brought that momentum, Isaac Williams he has, into the second half.
And this one will be Fivetowns ball after the missed 3 by Nigel. Looks like it went off Carabo there, and Kyrie Sawyer will inbound. As we have a little stoppage of play for Carabo to tie his shoes.
Now, there are a lot of stoppage. It's been a weird night. It's been a very peculiar night.
What do we got to do, Ty? What do we got to do?
Yeah.
We could be here all night.
Heard that. And that is not something you want to see. It looks like that's Marvin Worthy that's down.
Yeah, Marvin Worthy been shaking up all night. First, oh no, that's actually Cameron.
Oh no, you're right. I apologize.
Cameron Miller. Another stupid foul by the Sound to start the second half here. And now they're going to call a foul on Miller. As he looks like he got Lloyd Middlebrooks in the gut there. Not sure that there's much up there. Lloyd Miller looks like he's got about 1% body fat.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
But Fivetowns will get the ball back. Sawyer inbounds to Middlebrooks. Middlebrooks to Braithwaite. Braithwaite to Sawyer. Sawyer in the corner with a shot fake. Gonna drive. Dish it out to Shabazz. Shabazz for 3. And he will be fouled by Christian Esposito. And that's gonna be 3 shots at the charity stripe for Ishmael Shabazz and a chance to make this a 3-point game.
Yeah, you cannot do that. And then you can't do it when the official's standing right in front of you. I mean, he's going to see that 7 out of 7 days a week, 100 out of 100 times.
We'll see if Shabazz can convert on his free throws. Here's the first one for Ishmael Shabazz. A little strong on the first attempt by Shabazz as he'll try for free throw number 2. And then, they're only going to say it's 2 shots. I thought that was behind the line.
It looked well behind the line to me, but what do we know? That's why we're at the desk.
And again, I was wrong. It's 3 shots out.
It's been the night. This is the night.
This is the night. This is what's gone down. 37-32 as Shabazz tries his 3rd free throw attempt. 2 out of 3 from the line for Shabazz. 37-33, 18:57 to go as Miller inbounds to Williams. The Avengers looking to build on their lead here. Shabazz guards Williams. And now Middlebrooks will get a double team. Pass down to Carabo. Carabo to Miller. Miller to Esposito. Esposito going to drive. Dish it out to Williams. Williams going to drive. Jump shot. No good. Gets his own board. Goes back up and puts it in. So the first 4 points for ASA are courtesy of Isaac Williams. And here comes Lloyd Middlebrooks to Braithwaite. Braithwaite across the court to Shabazz. Shabazz is going to drive, and they're going to call him they're going to call a foul there on Miller. Cameron Miller will get called. Cameron Miller.
I thought that was a travel. I could have sworn that was.
That's what I was thinking too, but Cameron Miller had his hands in the cookie jar there.
Isaac Williams, I just want to mention this too, since he just scored again. Isaac Williams is having himself such a nice stretch here the last 5 minutes of the first half. And again, getting pretty in the lane this time, taking the wide open jumpers, taking contested jumpers. He's having himself quite a second half, the first half really.
And here's Middlebrooks out to Shabazz. Shabazz is going to try to drive, dish it down to Jackson, and that's going to be tipped by Worthy.
Tyler, I don't think we can emphasize this enough. No John Francois tonight has definitely hurt the Fivetown Sound, as Middlebrook's jumper does not go. But Shabazz will get the offensive board down to Sawyer. Sawyer able to cause contact there, and he'll go to the line to shoot two. And Kyrie Sawyer getting off to a much better start here in the second half.
Yeah, and to your point that you mentioned earlier, no having John Francois, Igor Kagabo has had his way tonight defensively. He's been to the free throw line a couple times. You're right, and not having John Francois has been a huge miss. To have a guy like that big down low.
Yeah, and you also got a guy like Marvin Worthy, who's a tall man himself.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And Obasi's done well down there with them too, but Christian Esposito's been able to score inside and out. And Obasi down low with both of those big guys, that's a lot to ask of anyone.
They're going to call a blocking foul there on Nigel Braithwaite as he was not set. And Isaac Williams will go to the line to shoot two. As Isaac looking for 6 points already here in the second half, he's able to convert on both these free throws. First one, no good for Williams. And we'll see if he can salvage something from a charity strike. And he does. So a 5-point game, 40-35 in favor of the Avengers. And here comes Lloyd Middlebrooks. Middlebrooks to Shabazz. Shabazz down low to Kyrie. Kyrie, jump shot, good. Kyrie Sawyer with a beautiful jump shot there from the free throw line. And Lloyd Middlebrooks gets his hand in there. And it looks like he messed up the scorer's table there. Luckily, he's okay. We got a 3-point game here, 40-37, 17-37 to go in half number 2.
We have to start seeing Kyrie get into this game. That was a very nice shot, a very nice mid-range shot, but he's got to start putting good shots together, and he's got to start making these shots to get them back into this game.
Yeah, the Fivetown Sound leading scorer is Obasi Jackson with 8, and after that, it's Lloyd Middlebrooks. Well, now it is Kyrie Sawyer with 6, and Lloyd Middlebrooks with 5 after that. But 8 points for your leading scorer, not something to write home about. And Carabo will dish it out to Esposito. Esposito up top to Miller. Miller trying to get by Sawyer. Spin move, can't get it to go. And they're going to say a shot clock violation and great defense there by the Sound on that possession. And looking to capitalize on this now, Ty.
Yeah, exactly. We talked about boneheaded plays. They haven't had a lot so far. They got to start getting some momentum. That's the way to start. It starts on defense.
And here's Braithwaite to Middlebrooks. Middlebrooks tries to pass it to Jackson and trying to save it. And it's going to be right to Kyrie Sawyer, and he's able to finish through contact. Now Shabazz gets the steal, and Sawyer will go to the line to shoot 2. And what a change of events here in Dix Hills as the Fivetown Sound will go for their first lead of the night.
Here we go. That could be the turning point. That was a huge play, huge bucket by Kyrie. Way to get that ball right back on defense. This could be the turning point of the game.
And we'll see the replay here as Kyrie Sawyer finishes through contact. And Ishmael Shabazz able to get him the ball right back, and he's at the line to shoot 2. As the first one was no good from Sawyer, but the second one is. We have a tie game here in Dix Hills, 40-40, with just under 17 minutes to go. And the Fivetown Sound looking to get the ball right back. And they're going to say it is the Fivetown Sound ball after a great play by Lloyd Middlebrooks. And he's hyped up. So is the bench. So am I, Tyler Brandt. It's a 40-40 game.
Here we go. Buckle up, folks. It's going to be a wild 15 minutes here.
And here comes ASA with the inbound. It looks like Christian Esposito will inbound it for ASA. Esposito will inbound it to Williams. As Shabazz matches up with Williams. As the Fivetown's bench trying to help the defense out here. Williams spins, dishes it out to Esposito. Esposito for 3, too strong. Rebounded by Shabazz. Shabazz moves it up the floor and he will dish it out to Middlebrooks. Middlebrooks down the baseline, passes it to Braithwaite. Braithwaite for 3, a little short. Rebounded by Williams. Isaac Williams will pass it to Cameron Miller. Miller back to Williams. Williams asks for the pick, set by Worthy. Williams with the contested jump shot, can't get it to go. Rebounded by Middlebrooks. And they're going to call a foul there on Cameron Worthy. Marvin Worthy, I apologize.
That's his fifth.
And here comes ASA.
And final foul.
Get a little. Yeah, I'm good. It looks like we're going to get a little stoppage of play here. Tie 40-40 game, a little bit over 16 minutes to go. What do you expect from the Fivetowns Sound to close out this game?
You know, they got to keep up the aggressive play. We have seen a lot of good passing, and now, I mean, nothing else matters. All the boneheaded plays, nothing else matters here. It's tied at 40. This is a brand new game. Let's see some Fivetowns Sound play some smart team basketball.
Down low to Sawyer, pump fake, shot, no good, short. Off the knee of Esposito.
Big possessions here, big possessions here.
And here's Braithwaite. Braithwaite down to Shabazz. Shabazz trying to finish a nifty move, doesn't get the friendly roll. Rebounded by Carabo. Carabo to Miller. Miller has Shabazz and Middlebrooks chasing after him. And Middlebrooks able to get the ball, and this should be an easy lay-in for Lloyd Middlebrooks. And the first lead of the night for the Fivetowns Sound. And another steal by Middlebrooks, up and in, 42-44. Timeout called. What a scene here in Dix Hills, New York, as the fans are getting into it. Two great steals by Lloyd Middlebrooks, leading to baskets for the Sound. And they have a 4-point lead with 15-19 to go in this one.
I think we talked about the fatigue headed into this half, and it looks like the numbers game is finally starting to catch up to the Avengers. They got it now. If you're Brett Wilson here, listen, we got 15 minutes of great basketball, and we can sneak out of here with a W. This is still anyone's game. You got to ride the momentum, ride the waves of being the road team. So you just got to work past this moment and keep playing good basketball. But if you're the Sound, they're playing excellent. They got all the momentum right now, and it's a fun watch.
Couldn't agree with you more, partner. We got a 44-40 game right here in Dix Hills, New York, as the Fivetowns Sound have kicked it up a gear here in the second half. And I'm excited to see what Coach Drizel is like in this timeout. This is a different Fivetowns team that we saw in the first half.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And they've gritted it out, they've grinded it out, all the mistakes, and it looks like we're about to play some good basketball here.
And look at this replay here as Lloyd Middlebrooks gets his first steal with a little scoop and score, and not so fast. He's got his hand in the cookie jar again. Lloyd Middlebrooks does it again. 4 points in about 2.5 seconds for Lloyd Middlebrooks.
You can't ask for much more than that.
You really can't. What doesn't Lloyd Middlebrooks do? He scores, he steals, he's got 0% body fat.
Yeah.
He's a legend in these parts.
You're absolutely right. And the guard play here, I mean, Kyrie and Lloyd Middlebrooks, they go as this team goes. This is a very electric guard tandem, and now we're finally starting to see it.
And Christian Esposito will be the inbounder for ASA. And he'll get it down to Miller, back to Esposito, Esposito back to Miller. Miller gonna run up the floor, and he's gonna be double teamed. Braithwaite trailing, and a nice reverse layup there by Cameron Miller.
Nice finish there by Miller.
Make that 9 points, and he's the leading scorer for the Avengers. Shabazz will have it near the baseline. Shabazz to Middlebrooks. Middlebrooks out to Obasi. Obasi with the pump fake. Drives and unable to finish. Braithwaite can't get the board, and Isaac Williams will come out with the basketball. 44-42 game. Esposito in the corner. Back to Williams. Williams gonna try to drive on. Middlebrooks can't. Shot short. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson up to Middlebrooks. Middlebrooks to Kyrie. Kyrie wide open jumper. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Esposito. Esposito to Williams. And Williams is going to pass it down to Carabo. Carabo going to try to finish, and we got a tie ball game.
There's the size. You talked about not having John Francois. They get out ahead of it. Braithwaite and Kagabu, that's a matchup that Brett Wilson's going to take every single time.
And Coach Frank Drizel will call a timeout here for the Sound. 44-42 to 44 with 14:15 to go in half number 2. Tyler, as you said before, it seems like the fatigue for ASA is really starting to catch up to them with having no bench.
Yeah, it's gonna, and it's only natural.
Yeah.
There's only so much you could do here for these 5 guys. But once again, I give them so much credit because I just said, riding the momentum, riding the waves of being the road team. All of a sudden, the crowd checked out of it a little bit. They got a nice matchup down low, and now all of a sudden we're tied again. And we are not done yet. If you're the Fivetowns men, you got 14 more minutes of basketball to play. Do not get in cruise control mode.
Tyler, what could we ask? What more could we ask for? Last game was a great one. We got to see the Fivetowns Sound beat a very good Vaughn College team. Our last women's game went down to the final couple of minutes. Do we have another barn burner here in FTC Gym?
I hope so. That's what we're here for. That's why we got the best seats in the house, is for fireworks. And I want that.
Love it. And Sawyer will inbound to Middlebrooks as Ronnie Lambry is ready to check in. Down to Sawyer. Sawyer to Jackson. Jackson at the baseline. Jump shot doesn't go. Rebounded by Isaac Williams. Double team by Shabazz and Sawyer. He's going to have to get this ball up. Gets it to Carabo, who's also double teamed, and they're able to get it up to Esposito and across midcourt. And Esposito going to drive, try to finish, loses the ball, and that's going to go right to Sawyer, and they're going to call a foul on Shabazz there. It looked like he took out Isaac Williams trying to dive for the ball. And Ronnie Lambry will come in. Nigel Braithwaite will take a seat as the Avengers will inbound the ball. Christian Esposito, I apologize, will inbound to Carabo. Carabo gonna fake the pass and get the ball. Not stolen there, but gets it to Miller. Miller falls. He's gonna try to push it out to Williams.
That was not a heads-up play.
And they're gonna call a foul on Shabazz. It looks like he got tangled up with Isaac Williams there. And Shabazz getting into a little bit of foul trouble here. That's gonna be his 3rd on the night.
Yeah, that was a bunch of not smart basketball, I guess, was what you call it. I don't know what you're trying to accomplish there. If you're the Avengers, I don't know what you're trying to accomplish there by rolling that ball with 2 Fivetowns defenders standing right over you.
At that point, I'd probably just call a timeout there. And Kyrie gonna get his foot on that one, kickball foul there. And ASA will try to inbound yet again. And Esposito will get it to Williams. Williams double teamed across court to Carabo. Carabo for 3, and it doesn't go. Here comes Middlebrooks. Middlebrooks gonna drive into the lane, up and in for Lloyd Middlebrooks. And a 2-point lead for the Sound, but here comes Isaac Williams one-on-one with Ronnie Lambry. And they're gonna call a charge on Isaac Williams, a great defensive play by the newly entered Ronnie Lambry. And the Fivetowns Sound will regain possession.
Here you go. If you're the Avengers, these are the ebbs and flows. Just keep fighting. Wait for your opportunity to pull back in front. The Sound, they're playing great basketball right now. Limit the boneheaded plays.
And Middlebrooks will dish it out down low to Jackson. Jackson, fadeaway jumper. Can't get the friendly roll. Rebounded by Williams. Williams to Esposito. Esposito gets it past half court and will try to drive and finish on Obasi Jackson and is able to. Nice move there by Christian Esposito.
Carabo has been phenomenal on both ends of the ball.
He really has been. And Middlebrooks will get it down to a double team to Kyrie Sawyer. Sawyer back to Middlebrooks. Middlebrooks to Braithwaite. Braithwaite back to Middlebrooks. Middlebrooks to Sawyer. Sawyer down low. Hits him with the head fake. Cannot finish. And no bucket there for the Sound. Here's Christian Esposito, passes it to Isaac Williams. Williams back to Esposito. Esposito back to Cameron Miller. And Miller will try to drive on Kyrie. Kyrie tries to get his hand in there, rebounded by Miller, and he's able to get his own miss and put it in for 2.
Put a nice move on Kyrie there. Kyrie got a little aggressive trying to get to that ball.
Making 9 points for Cameron Miller. Kyrie for 3, cannot get it to go, but Obasi is there for the easy lay-in. And we're tied up yet again at 48. And Carabo with the outlet pass to Williams and an easy score for Williams and a timeout for Coach Greg Drizel. He wants to talk things over with his group. Down by 2 with 11:50 to go here in quarter number 2.
Skip Hart said before we went to break when he was with our very own Star Fuentes, you have to get back on defense. That's exactly what they didn't do there. And again, it's just been the theme of the night for Fivetowns. It's been slow. It's just been boneheaded plays, not thinking, and it could cost his team. It's getting very, very scary here. We're headed into the last 10 minutes of this game. All the Avengers have to do is just keep riding the ebbs and flows of these games. They're going to steal this game from the Sound.
And Tyler, this may be a silly point, but a lot of timeouts taken by both teams that has allowed ASA to get breaks, to get water. I know it's a little thing, but conditioning is a big part of this game. When you have a 5-man bench, you want to do the best you can to keep them as well energized and healthy as you can, as you already lost Marcos Torres in this one.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And it's kind of, I don't want to say funny, but when the Avengers do get to the bench there, I mean, they're drinking the water like fish. So, I mean, clearly it is taking a toll on them. And you're right, all the stoppages in play don't necessarily help Fivetowns. You're right.
Yeah, and Tyler, this is a win that would be huge for the ASA. This would be a huge win for the ASA varsity team, but it's going to be an even bigger win if ASA can pull this out for the JV team. If you can beat a top 20 USCAA basketball team, that's something to write home about, especially when you only have 5 guys able to play after the injury to Marcos.
You're absolutely right, Bobby.
And here's Middlebrooks. Middlebrooks to Braithwaite. Braithwaite down low to Sawyer. Sawyer to Lambry in between the fingertips of Ronnie Lambry, and a turnover for the Sound. And here comes Christian Esposito. Esposito to Miller. Miller back to Esposito. Esposito to Carabo. Carabo loses the ball, and they'll get it down to Sawyer. Sawyer able to finish with Isaac Williams on his back. And we are knotted up here at 50. Halfway to 100 time. 11:20 remaining as ASA tries to get it across half court, and a foul will be called there on Ronnie Lambry. It looks like he bumped Isaac Williams.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they're letting him play, they're letting him get physical, but you can't bump him that much. That's an easy call for an official.
Yeah. So we got a 50-50 game here in Dix Hills, and that will be inbounded to Miller. Miller will drive to the lane and finish, and we've seen Miller finish some really tough buckets in the second half.
Yeah, you're absolutely. It's been a very odd. It's the theme of the night.
And Ronnie Lambry with a nice rebound gets it down to Middlebrooks. Middlebrooks tries to pass to Jackson, stolen by Miller, and ASA has numbers. Miller trying to finish, cannot. Jackson will get the rebound. Great defense there by Nigel Braithwaite. Sawyer with the head fake, dishes it out to Middlebrooks. Middlebrooks with the short 2, can't get it to go. Sawyer with the rebound, can't finish. Will get it back and dish it out to Ronnie Lambry up top. Lambry down low to Kyrie. Kyrie gonna try to finish, and one for Kyrie Sawyer. Flexing the big boy muscles.
He makes it look easy.
He really does, and he's gonna go for a 3-point play to get Fivetowns lead. The Fivetowns Sound lead to 53-51. 53-52. I'm losing my voice a little bit, Tyler.
You're in it, man. We're all in it.
And Kyrie Sawyer will hit his free throw, and a 53-52 lead for the Sound. Miller will pass to Esposito. Esposito will try to drive, cannot finish, and get it to Isaac Williams. Williams to Miller. Miller to Esposito. Esposito will dish it out to Williams. Williams for 3, cannot get it to go. Rebounded by Carabo. Carabo loses it. Kyrie Sawyer with the board. He's gonna hand it off to Lloyd Middlebrooks, who puts it up and in. And a 3-point lead for the Sound. And this is the time, if you're Coach Rizzo, you gotta tell your guys, we gotta close in on shooters. No 3-point buckets here. And Miller will try, I apologize, Williams will try to finish there. And they'll call a foul there on.
If you're the Avengers here, you just got to ride. Another momentum shift here. You got to stay on top of it. Again, another opportunity here for the Avengers to go to the line, get right back in this game.
And Williams will hit his first one. Time, they learned their lesson. They move back.
Yes, you're right.
telling you, they heard the broadcast. That's what it was. And the second one is missed by Williams. 55-53 in favor of the Sound. Braithwaite to Middlebrooks. Middlebrooks to Jackson. Jackson with the pump fake. Decides to pass it to Middlebrooks. Middlebrooks pass it to Lambry. Lambry for three. Cannot get it to go. Looks like they're going to call a foul on Kyrie Sawyer for a push on Carabao there.
Is fourth.
Fourth foul for Kyrie Sawyer. That's definitely something to look into. 9:37 to go, 2-point game. Your best player, one foul away from being out of this one. It looks like Shabazz might check in for him.
Yeah, this could get very, very, very interesting here as we head down the final stretch of this game.
I should love what Shabazz brings to the Fivetowns Sound defensively, but obviously you'd much rather have Kyrie Sawyer on the floor with his scoring ability.
And we might see Kyrie out for, quite a bit, maybe 4 or 5 minutes of game time here with 4 fouls.
As both free throws no good for Carabao. Here comes Middlebrooks. Middlebrooks with the spin move. Dishes out to Shabazz. Shabazz to Jackson. Jackson, jump shot. No good. Rebounded by Braithwaite. Braithwaite goes up and draws the foul. He'll go to the line. So Nigel Braithwaite, good job getting the board there and putting it right back up to try and make this a 4-point lead for the Sound.
These are very, very big free throws. Every point counts from this point on.
It's his third.
We'll see if Nigel Braithwaite can be successful from the line. First one good for Braithwaite. And Braithwaite will hit both. And we got a 4-point tie. The voice is going, man. I'm telling you. We got a 4-point lead for the Sound. And stolen by Ronnie Lambry, but gathered again by Miller. And there's bodies everywhere, Tyler Brandt.
Yeah, and the official's right on top of it there.
And they're going to say this ball will stick with the ASA Avengers. You got to love the hustle there if you're Coach Wilson. By Cameron Miller.
That's Ronnie Lambry's third foul, too. So some of the Fivetowns Sound players here, they're starting to pick up the fouls.
Interested to see if Ronnie Lambry takes a seat, if that is the cue for Christian Williams to get back in this game. We haven't seen a lot of him. And the free throw no good by Miller, and the Sound will regain possession. A nice pass by Middlebrooks, and they're going to call a travel on Nigel Braithwaite.
And that's not his first travel of the night. There's been a couple on him, there's been a couple on Shabazz. It's been a theme of the night.
Definitely something you want to clean up if you're the Sound. And Lambry will get it, and it's going to be cleaned up by Williams, unable to finish in Jackson. And that's a turnover stolen by Williams. Jump shot no good, and the side's really starting to play a role now. And here it goes, they're going to reset. Cameron Miller at the top to Carabao. Carabao in the corner for three, short, rebounded by Middlebrooks. Middlebrooks going to drive, pass it to Nigel Braithwaite, can't finish. And rebounded by Williams, who gets it to Esposito. Esposito going to drive and finish and one for Christian Esposito, as he will try to make this a 1-point game with his free throw. And great play there by Christian Esposito. As the bench was looking for a foul there. Looks like they were looking for a charging foul.
No, they were never. I mean, they wanted it, but there was nobody here that was giving them a charging foul. That was a phenomenal play by Christian Esposito to finish, knowing that there was going to be contact.
And Ty, I may be losing my mind, so correct me if I'm wrong, but there's only 4 guys on the floor for ASA.
Yeah. Wow.
So that's a problem.
They're playing a zone. This is something we've never really seen from a Fivetowns opponent. Wow.
Definitely an interesting thing there, but I guess what Coach Wilson is trying to do here is Marvin Worthy has 4 fouls. If he gets another one, he's out of this game. So do you try to play this zone tactic with 8 minutes left so you can put him back in with around 2 minutes left?
I absolutely love the strategy. I honestly do. I think Coach Brett Wilson, this is very heads-up play. He's talking to Worthy right now. But you don't see Fivetowns opponents, they don't really play a lot of zone. So if you're able to correctly execute a zone, which is really all about communication, you can really save some time and save your player here.
And Middlebrook's first one is good from the line. And Middlebrooks will try the second time, and both free throws good for Middlebrooks, and it is a 4-point lead for the Sound. And here comes Carabo. Carabo double teamed, able to avoid that and get it to Esposito, who gets it up top to Miller. Miller double teamed by Lambry and Middlebrooks, and a layup no good by Williams and rebounded by Ronnie Lambry. Shabazz will get it up to Middlebrooks. Middlebrooks tries to get the call, won't get it, gets up slowly, and a great play by Nigel Braithwaite to get the ball back for the Sound. Shabazz passes to Jackson. Jackson, the long two, can't get it to go. Middlebrooks with the board. Middlebrooks out in the corner. Shabazz for three, cannot get it to go. And rebounded by the Avengers, Cameron Miller.
Kagaboo is the anchor of this team, and the only reason they can do this and play with 4 guys is because of the size that he has right now.
And it looks like Christian Esposito lost the ball there, and a timeout will be called by ASA as they will talk things over. Get a little sip. They trail by 4 with 7:14 to go here in Dix Hills. For the Fivetowns Sound, if you're Coach Giselle, what are you really telling your guys now?
I honestly, they have to stop the boneheaded plays, first and foremost. Second of all, it almost seems like Coach Brett Wilson on the Avengers is playing into the aggressiveness of Giselle. I've seen a bunch of times in the second half where Fivetowns has been caught going for the ball, and then there's wide open layups under the rim. So Brett Wilson is telling these guys, let them play aggressive, let them gas themselves out. We're going to play smart. We're going to make all of our possessions count, which is the reason why they're only down 4 here.
Yeah, Ty, a big turnaround for the Sound. The first half, not so good. The second half, still not the prettiest, but you got a 4-point lead. That's something you got to be happy about. You got to be able to finish these teams off, though. You got to finish these games.
You're absolutely right. And this is, we've talked about it. We're gonna hammer this point home. This is a must-win if you're the Sound. They're in the USCAA top 20. This is a team. This is a JV team that you have to beat. This is your split squad in spring training.
Yeah.
So I mean, this isn't something that this should be really playing to the last second. But props to Brett Wilson and his team for going on the road and doing this.
Looking to have a reward for their long road trip, all the way from Brooklyn to Fivetowns in Dix Hills.
4 guys still on the floor. Marvin Worthy with the 4 fouls is still sitting on the bench right now.
So Wilson staying with that tactic with the zone defense. Middlebrooks will bring it up for the Sound, pass it to Shabazz. Shabazz going to drive to the lane and finish.
Finds the hole in the zone.
Great job there by Shabazz, as just like you said, to find the zone there. And put more points on the board for the Sound. 61-55, 6:55 remaining here in the second half. Esposito going to try to finish, can't, gets his own board, goes back up, and he will draw the foul, but not able to finish as he will go to the line and try to make this.
These are 2 very, very crucial free throws that it looks like will be weight. They're going to ice Christian Esposito here. Looks like they're going to call a quick timeout, but these are 2 very important free throws for the Avengers here. This could get out of hand very, very quickly, as it seems like Fivetowns is starting to exploit that zone that they're playing.
Yeah, it seems like Fivetowns is starting to hit their stride a little bit. Kyrie Sawyer checks back into the game with 2 fouls.
4 fouls. Our stat sheet isn't updated.
Oh, the stat sheet is not updated.
The stat sheet is not updated. We
4
do have some
fouls.
technical difficulties on the stat sheet.
Well, 4 fouls for Kyrie Sawyer, but he's back on the floor. And the free throw, no good from Christian Esposito. Ronnie Lambry takes the seat and Christian Williams enters. and the second one good for Esposito. So 61-56, Lloyd Middlebrooks bringing it up for the Sound. He'll pass it to Williams. Williams down low to Sawyer. Sawyer to Braithwaite. Braithwaite's shot no good. Rebounded by Carabo. Carabo to Esposito. Esposito one-on-one with Christian Williams. He'll drive past him, and they're going to call Christian Williams for a foul there. As Williams enters the game, gets his second foul of the afternoon. And the night, I apologize. And here is Esposito from the line. It seems like we just saw him here. Oh wait, we did just see him. We'll go to the line again. And the first one, no good from Esposito.
He knows he's got to start making his free throws here. He was looking up to the sky after that first miss.
And the second one, good. We have a 4-point game with 6:20 remaining. Middlebrooks passes to Braithwaite. Braithwaite loses it there, and it will be Fivetowns ball. That one went off of Isaac Williams. Williams will get that to Sawyer. Sawyer down low, and he's able to shake past Esposito there and count it as 6 points for Kyrie Sawyer now. And here is Miller. Miller trying to do a crazy finish there, but contact drawn by Miller. Foul on Obasi Jackson. And Miller will go to the line to shoot two.
So the Sound, it looks like to me, the Sound are in the bonus here for some of these touch and go fouls that keep headed to the line. So this is going to be a very interesting chess match here in the final 6 minutes to see the shoes on the other foot in a way where Brett Wilson could be more aggressive and send his shooters to the line, where Coach Drizel has to kind of pick and choose who's going to foul where and where to play where to use the aggressive defense.
And the second free throw is good by Miller. 63-58, 5:55 remains. Jackson to Braithwaite. Braithwaite back up top to Jackson. Jackson to Middlebrooks. Middlebrooks going to try to drive. He'll pass it out to Williams. Williams jump shot no good. Rebounded by Sawyer. Sawyer goes back up and one. Kyrie Sawyer showing up in half number 2. And Isaac Williams does not know what to think because he doesn't know what to do. His hands are full with Kyrie Sawyer.
Yeah, and we talk about it. I mean, he makes it look so easy. This is a huge 3-point play, and that cannot be overstated. That's a big-time play by a big-time player.
And an 8-point lead for the Sound after that by Kyrie Sawyer. And here's Miller. Great job by Miller to even get a shot off there, but no good. And here comes Lloyd Middlebrooks dishing it down to Sawyer, and he will put it up and in again. And Kyrie Sawyer is heating up for the Sound. And a nice lay-in there by Christian Esposito.
Coast to coast for the young man.
8-point game, and Kyrie gonna try to answer, and he will draw the foul. 2 shots coming up for Kyrie Sawyer, trying to make this the biggest lead of the night for Fivetowns, looking to raise it up to 10.
And I think you can see the momentum swinging maybe a little too much in favor of the Sound here, especially being at home. This could be the time now where if you're the Sound, time to close this game out.
And Kyrie's first shot is good. 9-point lead for the Sound. Looking to stay perfect from the line, and he cannot hit the second one. So a 9-point lead for the Sound as Esposito brings the ball up for the Avengers. Double team by Middlebrooks and Braithwaite. Carabo dishes out in the corner for Miller, air ball. Rebounded by Middlebrooks. Middlebrooks down low to Sawyer. Sawyer loses the ball, regains it, tries to go back up and finishes. Make buckets, 6 straight points, 7 straight points for Kyrie Sawyer.
Yeah, this is Kyrie time here. Late in the second half, it's time for your superstar, your leader, to show up and start playing basketball.
And that is going to be a foul on Miller. And Fivetowns will get possession back. So Fivetowns leads by 11. A big part of that thanks to Kyrie Sawyer, crunch time Kyrie, showing up here in half number 2. As Williams will inbound to Middlebrooks, Middlebrooks to Braithwaite, Braithwaite back to Middlebrooks, Middlebrooks to Williams. Williams, jump shot, air ball, rebounded by Jackson, Jackson up, cannot finish, and rebounded by Williams. As ASA has numbers, and the foul on Williams, and the shot is good by Miller. And a 3-point play opportunity here for Miller.
Has an opportunity to get this back to a manageable deficit here. And again, Worthy has not fouled out yet, so I think they're going to maybe try to get him back into the game here. And when it's back to man-on-man defense, they might be able to make a run if they keep it close now.
Also might be that ankle that is bothering Worthy, as we noted in the first half. He had a couple guys step on it, but we'll have to see what is up Coach Wilson's sleeve here with only 4 minutes remaining. Down by 9. And here's Middlebrooks. And down to Sawyer. Sawyer, crunch time Kyrie, cannot finish. Rebounded by Carabo. Carabo to Williams. Williams guarded by Sawyer. Williams will drive, fake, and put it in. What a finish. That's what we like to call jelly in the rec gym, Tyler Brand. Shaking and baying filet. And Ronnie Lambry with a nice move will dish it down to Braithwaite. Braithwaite up and in. And a nice answer there for the Sound as Braithwaite puts in his first 2 points of the night. And ball lost, stolen by Kyrie. Kyrie out to Braithwaite. Braithwaite lays it in. So again, Kyrie Sawyer having his hand in the cookie jar there. And here's Esposito. Esposito to Williams. Williams back to Esposito. Esposito going to try to finish. Block party. And a great block there by Ronnie Lambry. As he says, get the SWAT team in here. Get that out of here.
Love the aggressive play there down under the basket. Again, picking and choosing the right time to be aggressive, and that was it right there.
And an 11-point lead for the Sound, 2:50 remaining. As it looks like the Sound are on their way to a 4-2 start to their 4-3 start to their season. Very good game, Tyler Brandt.
Yeah, this game has been a really, really fun game, really intense. It's been all over the place. It's been a fun time. And a respect, no matter how this game turns out, respect to the Avengers for coming in here and giving the Fivetowns all that they can handle here.
And they're going to say that ball went off of Kyrie Sawyer and then off of Chris Esposito, which means it's Fivetowns ball time, Brett. And Kyrie inbounds it to Braithwaite. Braithwaite down low to Jackson. Jackson able to finish. And a 13-point lead for the Sound. And Esposito will take it up for ASA. And a travel by Esposito, and it seems like the wheels are falling off for the Avengers. Timeout called by Coach Wilson, trying to get them back on track. Tyler, 13-point lead for the Sound, 2:25 remain. This one's all but over, I feel like. What do you think?
Yeah, this one, it's looking pretty grim here if you're the Avengers. Fivetowns finally starting to put some possessions together. Can't say it's been a pretty game or they have been playing, but finally the 5-on-4 numbers starting to catch up here, and Fivetowns doing what they expect against the team that they are expected to beat.
Yeah, and this would have been a big win for ASA coming into Fivetowns on the road. Long road trip. You want to come out with a win so bad. You lost Marcos Torres. It's a tough blow if you can't pull this one out, but you gotta love what the Fivetowns Sound have done in the second half, and you gotta give all the credit to not only Kyrie Sawyer, to not only Obasi Jackson, to not only Ishmael Shabazz, but you gotta give it to Coach Greg Giselle, who's been able to make a lot of key switches here in the second half.
Yeah, he's had himself a good game, and it's hard to kind of get your guys through a grind like this, but he's been able to pull this team along and get them playing some good basketball in long enough stretches to be able to, what looks like, pull this game out.
Well, there's only one way to tell, feller. We got 2:25 to go. Ronnie Lambry will inbound for the Sound to Lloyd Middlebrooks. Lloyd at the top of the key will pass it to Obasi. Obasi back to Lloyd. Lloyd to Braithwaite. Braithwaite down low to Sawyer. Sawyer blocked by Esposito. Esposito to Williams. Williams will take it past half court and try to finish here as Williams cannot get it to go. Obasi Jackson with the tip out, and he'll get it right to a wide open Nigel Braithwaite, who will put it in for two, and the Sound's lead grows to 79-64. And here's Esposito. Esposito to Williams. Williams for the three, short, rebounded by Sawyer. Sawyer will get the outlet pass out to Middlebrooks. Middlebrooks to Lambry. Lambry puts it up and in. And Ty, this one is getting way out of hand as it's a 17-point lead for the Sound.
Yeah, this one looks to be now, it's all but over at this point.
A minute 20 remaining. A save attempt there by Williams. Can't get it. And Fivetowns will regain possession. And here comes the new group. As Sawyer will take a seat, Middlebrooks will take a seat, Braithwaite will take a seat, and Jackson will take a seat. In comes Ronnie Lambert, Christian Williams, Blake Peterson, the freshman, Marino Castillo, the freshman, and who but the Mascom kid, Quincy Simmons, the sharpshooter, trying to hit from three with about a minute to go. Lambry's jump shot does not go. Williams will pass it to Miller. Miller fakes out Peterson, drives the lane and blocked by Marino Castillo. Williams will get it to Peterson. Peterson's jump shot is good. Blake Peterson's feeling himself. It's a 19-point lead for the Sound and the first 2 points of the season for Blake Peterson.
The home crowd loved that.
3-point shot, no good. 40 seconds remain. Christian Williams will bring it up for Fivetowns, and now Peterson draws the foul, and he has brought life to this Fivetowns gymnasium. First a jump shot, now he's going to the line to shoot two, and then the bench could not be more ecstatic for him to get some playing time.
Home bench really alive here. They're loving this.
The MVP chance break out for Blake Peterson as he would try 2 shots from the charity stripe. Peterson's first attempt, in and out. As he can't get the friendly bounce. The freshman from Pomfret, Connecticut will try his second. And the second one is good, and he holds the follow through. Making a 20-point lead for the Sound. And here comes Miller, 30 seconds remaining. Gets it to Carabo. Carabo back to Miller. Miller will try to drive here on Peterson, no go. Williams for a long three, and a nice 3-point shot there by Isaac Williams. Cuts the lead to 17. They got Blake Peterson. Peterson no good on the jump shot as time's winding down. 6 seconds remain. 4-3 layup by Miller. 2.7 remaining. And Peterson will dribble this one out for the Sound. And the Fivetowns Sound able to make adjustments in the second half to get an 84-69 lead. What a change! What a story of 2 halves, I think. A story of 2 halves.
Mens, I guess you could call it, as the Fivetowns Sound didn't really show up in the first half, but came up in a big way. More importantly, they showed up in about the final 5 minutes to really pull away with this one.
Yeah, a good win by the Sound. They did what they needed to do to win this game. I will say that this was not a very pretty game. You're gonna have to go back in and watch a lot of tape because the competition gets a lot tougher from here on out. You let a junior varsity team come on your floor and give you everything that you could possibly handle. But a win's a win. Ugly, pretty, doesn't matter. That's what matters. Is in the win column. They got one more.
And that's we're gonna send it down to Star Fuentes. What's going on, Star?
All right, so right now I'm here with Nigel Breathwaite. What made this game so intense?
I think the defense made it intense. We just pushed up on the play.